All right, this your boy Terry Duran, and I'm shopping it up with my partners, clothing label owner D Rich. What's good, bro?
What's up, baby?
Not much, man. I appreciate you coming to the crib, chopping it up with me, man. I just wanted to, you one of the people that I really respect as a man, and I know what you do as a father. So hold on, man. You cut off. You was cut off a little bit. Let's see. Alright, so we both on screen. Knees up. Alright, let's start over. Alright, everybody. This is relationship expert Terry Duran. I'm here having a discussion with one of my partners, D Rich, clothing owner in Houston, Texas. What's going on?
Not much, baby. What's up?
I appreciate you coming through, man. I just wanted to discuss dating and the single man's perspective with somebody that I actually respect. You know what I'm saying? I know what you do as far as handling your business. I know you're a single father, so I know you got your priorities together. So from your perspective, you live in one of the biggest cities in the country. You know what I'm saying? And so being a man that got your shit together and ain't on a lot of the foolishness, ain't on no fuckboy behavior, etc. What are you experiencing in dating these days in 2019?
2019. You better be happy you married. Right now, it's highly materialistic right now. Social media heavy. You know what I mean? So you just gotta weed through all that bullshit to get the real.
Yeah, I mean, well, I can tell just by a lot of the women and the pages that I see online, you know, teaching women how to sell pussy and get a dude to spend his money on you and using that as the primary motive for dating, but they don't want to be labeled as gold diggers. You know what I'm saying? Like the women, and it's like, man, that's not a healthy relationship, because typically when a woman is in a, like, let's say they get what they want. They get a dude that's just balling, living a luxury lifestyle, and all that comes with it. Like, they want to pick and choose what parts that come with it. If you dealing with a dude that is going to seriously date a woman that is a gold digger and is primarily choosing him because of the money he provides, it's very unlikely that he's going to be faithful. It's very unlikely that you're going to get the level of respect that you claim. And you're really putting yourself in a position where you're a slave to that lifestyle and the image. You know what I'm saying? Like, we see that all the time. Women with domestic violence situations or whatnot, they stay to maintain the image, the mansion, the cars, the vacations, etc. And so, to me, that's fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not real. How real relationships actually last. You know what I mean? Like, right. So from a single standpoint, are they direct with it? How are women coming to you with the materialistic mentality?
Some are direct. Some get their point across right off the bat. You know what I mean? They in so many words they let you know what they want, what they're looking for. You know what I mean? Especially they had already noticed you can provide that shit. They already know. I mean, and the dudes who willing to provide that, they already know their situation. Listen, I'm gonna do what I do. She already knows she's coming in on that. Already. Yeah. You know, it's just a lot of that victim blaming. You know what I mean? Like, they'll get in a relationship knowing this is dude's area. This is his lane. He's not getting out his lane.
Yeah.
And then when the shit don't work for him down the road, which not always the dude ain't shit when. You jumped in his lane. You already knew what it was. Yeah,
I got a question from a chick earlier today, and she was saying that her boyfriend beat on her, constantly cheat. She was like, "We broke up. We've been broke up for a year, got back together, broke up again, and now she's like wants to get back with him again." And so she asked me, what should I say, or what do I think? I'm like, man, it sounds like you want to be in an abusive relationship again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you go back to this situation a third time, then that's exactly where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so right. Me telling you what you should do, like, you already know what you should do. So that's kind of what I see. Women that will make conscious decisions to to put themselves in a fucked up position. You know what I mean? Like, so, the women that you meet, how does social media impact your casual dating situations? Because that's kind of the topic we were talking about on my interview earlier today.
It seems like everything has to be social media. You know what I mean? Like if you're dealing with someone, you just met someone, it has to be social media worthy. That's basically how the fucking dates go. You know what I mean? The dates has to be social media worthy. Are you
I ain't heard that phrase before.
Right.
But,
are you not putting enough effort in? That's what it is. You know, it's like, yo, let's, you know what I mean? Like, let's converse. You know what I mean? Let's, and it's like, all right, they cool. All right, we can converse. But it has to be on a platform, like, you know what I mean? So because they phones very close, you know what I mean?
That's
it's not in hand, it's right there, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be snaps, it's going to, you know what I mean? And it just get frustrating in a little bit. If you really trying to get to know someone, that should get frustrated.
Because does it make it more difficult to tell the authentic her, or if she's just trying to put on a persona for the gram?
That's the thing. When you comfortable in yourself, you can see the person's fake self. You know what I mean? So it's like you see, all right, you can see people who don't really turn up every day, who don't really have it. Their words don't match they vibe. You know what I mean? So it's like you're doing it for that. You know what I mean? And it's like, damn, I already see that's not you. Just cut it out. Let's get to the real. You know what I mean? But everything has to be social media, bro. Everything has to be social media one. It's like you can see it online. Like people can't eat their food without that shit going on the web. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. See, I'm not that. Like it's hard for me, you know, becoming active in social media and getting some popularity or whatnot, because I'm not really. I notice, like, I even go when me and my wife go to events, I forget to take pictures sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. Let's take a picture. Let's pose. Let's take a picture. Like, and I regret it. You know what I'm saying? Like situations happen. Like one of my partners passed. I ain't had no picture to post. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so I miss out sometimes. But I don't think about taking pictures or documenting stuff when I'm out. I be lit. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually be having fun and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I look at social media from a business and a person that studies social media perspective. You know what I mean? Like, so it don't impact my everyday. I ain't gonna say that because I use it every day, but it's not like I'm doing it to present an image to my followers. Like, I don't care if they know about my real personal life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. That's authentic right there. When you're being real, it's like, you know, social media is for a purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you out partying, you don't think that's not your purpose. You know what I mean? Your purpose is you partying.
Sometimes I remember though. You know, I'll.
Yeah, because sometimes it can coincide with your business hours out here. You know, we turn it up or what, but it ain't
every day,
right,
all day.
All day, and it's, man, the dating scene out here, man, and that's the thing. Like, I can just imagine them, because you know, as dudes have different tastes. They like them younger, they like them super younger, whatever. But for me, closer to my age and a little older, and crazy part is, it sounds crazy, but sometimes you can't even tell the difference from the older women to the younger women, as far as mind frame. You know what I mean? Because it's social media. It's the same.
Really?
It's the same thing, dude. They mind state is the same, but just when you really look at both of them, sometimes the only difference is
age.
Besides age, is one has a career and one just starting out.
Okay, so she got the stability and can provide, like, you know, I tell people all the time, like, I feel lucky to be married. I'm actually surprised that I'm approaching 15 years. But I do think if I was not married, I wouldn't get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, I look at today's, you know, the technology and all that. If you just interested in casual dating, then this is a gold mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you don't have to do the most. You don't have to, you know, court a woman and make her think you want to marry her just to get sex like men used to have to do. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's better. I always thought it was lame for men to present the I want to be with you forever kind of rhetoric just to become romantically involved with a chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one I never.
But even though that's what women seemingly want, you know what I'm saying? Like they want the hopeless romantic, version of situations, and to me that's just setting them up for failure. So I try to give that perspective so that women can see that the men that are really authentic with women and talk to women and have sexual experiences because they both wanted to give and receive pleasure without no fake expectations behind it, without no motive to try to get something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, materialistic women. And I just say this: they want to put a price tag on a pussy. They want to be able to benefit financially from any dating situation, but they don't want it to be called prostitution. And, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man,
don't disrespect them.
Yeah, anytime you connect sex and money, that's prostitution. You know what I'm saying? Like, so either a prostitute or a gigolo if you're a dude doing it, but it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you're not doing it because, man, being around you make me horny, or man, I really like you, I want to see if I can make you come. Like, if those are not the type of motives that you have behind why you fucking somebody, then then what else do you want to call it? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, I get it. I know women use pussy for promotions, to get jobs, to sometimes may be a necessity. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may have to fuck a mechanic, or may have to fuck. I get it. Pussy's a commodity. You can always use it to bargain or get things that you want from men. But that you can't take that mentality and try to apply it to dating. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are two separate things. You can't, like, business and pleasure. Like, all right, this is Terry Duran. The next topic that we're going to be discussing is establishing a healthy relationship. That's something that I notice a lot of women have dating strategies and theories on dating that conflict with how quality men date in a lot of ways. What's been your experience with the way women approach dating these days?
It seems like someone handed majority of them a playbook, because you can meet 10 different women, and I guarantee you 7, it's like they're reading from that playbook. You know, and it's like, especially
they do. They send me the screenshots of the quotes and
it's crazy because like you were saying, quality dude, right? Each quality dude, like you're a quality guy, I'm a quality guy, but we may from afar may look like we're moving in one direction, but we're have two different paths of being a quality dude. You know what I mean? It's still respectable, but it's like you can't date me the same way they date you. And it seems like the majority of them don't get that. They try to date every dude the same way. You know what I mean? And then it's like you coming off a batting average of 0 because you had 6 fuckboys, but you still trying to treat me, come at me the same way you dealt with them. And it's
I mean,
like that.
From what I see, a lot of women struggle to tell the difference between a fuckboy and a quality dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the term gets thrown around so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever I'm explaining how men approach something, like that they feel differently about, like sex, how men go about trying to pursue sex or create sexual relationships or whatever, women will call a dude a fuckboy for not wanting to get in a relationship, but being friends with benefits or casually dating a chick. It's like, how's he the bad guy if he presents you with the option to fuck him and you choose to fuck him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's he supposed to do? He didn't rape you. He made himself charming enough and attractive enough and made you like him enough that you wanted to fuck him. It's not his fault if you did it with the hidden agenda behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he's under the impression you want to enjoy having sex with him, or you turned on enough to actually engage in sexual activity with him. And so I think the difference is women seem to struggle with the pursuit of sex, make sure I'm busting the nuts consistently, and pursuing a committed relationship are two different things from a male perspective.
Definitely. Definitely. You know what I mean? You already know we can cope with both. We're comfortable with both. You know what I mean? But
it don't. And the way that I explain things is there's no disappointment if it doesn't become a relationship because most men are not operating with the I hope we end up in a committed relationship mentality in the initial phase of dating. Men in general are looking to go from, man, she's very attractive. What can I do from being a stranger and her not knowing who the hell I am to being the dude she's fucking? That's a success. And the more you can do that, the more you're gonna have swag and confidence and feel good in your ability to present yourself and market yourself to women. And when you can do it without lying or deceiving them, without having no negative, malicious intent behind it, you can call yourself a quality dude. You know what I mean? Because that's really what it's about. Like, if you're able to get women to voluntarily give you their time, attention, and pussy without lying, deceiving them, or trying to fuck over them, you ain't hurting women as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean?
well, see, in the way you are, because majority of them are reality meets fantasy. That's why I have cognitive dissonance. You bring your authentic self to the fantasy world because majority of them live like that. They think, oh, after probably the first hug, kiss, or whatever, oh, this is gonna be this, and you insert your truth in there, and it's like their whole fucking reality just crumbles. You know what I mean? Reality meets their little fantasy world. You know what I mean? And a lot of them suffer from that shit. You know, like,
So give me some detail. Give me a better explanation of what that was. I know that women go on first dates and pre-plan what it's going to be, and they set these expectations of what they make future predictions on what's going to happen when we all know that none of us can predict the future.
Right. Say, for instance, first date goes well, extremely well. You know what I mean? Y'all just vibing for real, heavy. You know what I mean? It's like it gets to a point. It's like you get to a point like, oh damn, she really chill. You know what I mean? Like I ain't really gotta hit her tonight. She chill. You know what I mean? She'll take that same night, go home, and it's like, bam, she didn't already know what dress she wearing already for the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, and then y'all done already discussed that in first date. All right, yeah, you cool with her? We could just be friends or whatever. This and that. But she's talking, but she's not comprehending what she's saying because she gonna contradict that shit. The next sunrise, that shit is out of there. Her whole, her whole world is you in it already. Like she didn't probably drawing up what y'all baby gonna look like. You know what I mean? It's like, didn't we just discuss?
Man, I used to hate stuff. I didn't experience it a lot, but whenever I would experience, when I would experience women, like I always focus on, hey, we enjoying right now. Like we single, I'm single, and we can kick it. I'm free to do whatever I want. And so I always try to focus on, look, when I'm out and about or we doing different things, do your thing. Let's just focus on when we together. Let's make it let's both give effort into one another when we together. And so, but whenever I would find a woman that was making future plans, like say like, oh, like grab your hair and be like, oh, we have cute kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I want a son with curly hair.
She created that world already.
And so it'd make me nervous to fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
because biology meet and it's gonna get you have sex with it. She's really gonna be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I would always try to offset that by having the single conversations and the casual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call myself giving women warnings and trying to. Because once you get accused of leading a woman on once or twice, you be like, damn, hold on. I hit you up, you hit me up, like we were both doing the same stuff. And then you come to realize that they just view those things drastically different than a lot of men do. But that stems from what our goals are. You know what I mean? Like most guys' goals are not trying to make a woman fall in love with him and be with him forever. That's optional. You know what I mean? Like, and so I think that's such a massive expectation to have to at the initial phase of like you can't apply for a job expecting to be the CEO. You know what I'm saying? Like to me that's like, man, your mentality is so unfocused on the task at hand, getting an interview, you know what I'm saying? Like getting your foot in the door, making the person want to date you a second date.
Right.
Like, how can you make a plan with somebody you don't know nothing about? When you know there are people that fake the funk on first couple of dates, pretend to be something they not, you know, hide they negative characteristics and all that type of stuff. So to me, it's just like you said, it's fantasy land type of stuff, but it's so hard to understand why it happens more than once. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think that teenage girls would figure that out. Like, man, hold on.
When you're not consistent at asking the right questions, you know what I mean? Like, being that, if we're adults, speaking about adults, being an adult, asking, all right, it's cool, I see we can have fun together, but I need to know this. If you ain't consistent in doing that, you don't always live your fantasy. You know what I mean? Because some people don't want to ask those type of questions, or don't really want to get to know that person too quick because they don't want to.
So okay, let me ask you, what do you think is more effective? Asking, you know, specific directed questions, or observing how people handle situations and getting their thoughts on other situations? What do you think is more valuable in evaluating a woman?
Me personally, I think you can sit and observe, but you get to a point where you have to like cut that observing off and that goes straight and ask direct questions. You know, because if you see her moving in a way like,
well, with the direct questions, I feel like that people will try to answer how they think you want them to answer.
Right.
You know?
That's why I say, you know, you observe them first and see just how they move, how they thinking. You know what I mean? And then you can you don't have to 21 question them, but you could just throw one jewel in, you know, throw one in there.
See, I like people that use my page and kind of my topics of discussion for stuff like that. Like, hey, what you think about this? Like I would always use like what if questions or scenarios and things of that nature, so that they can't. I don't want to just hear what you think about it. I want to hear why you think that such and such is wrong because this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so give me your explanation on what you think was wrong or what I think. You know, because you might meet somebody that's really objective and have a reasonable perspective. I have female followers that I do agree with that see things how they really are. So they'll be like, man, they both wrong, or he ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like they see the situation objectively and fair, like most men do. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so when a man is in the wrong, like, oh man, he did, that's fucked up how he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're able to identify and point out when somebody's in the wrong or hold them accountable. And that's something that we often struggle with, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to getting female to do that. So I think it's better to see how a person forms their opinion, because that allows you to kind of see where you can point out if they're a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? You can point out when they're inconsistent. And so potentially you can help a woman grow by being able to point out stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see how she responds to criticism, to being told that something she thought was inaccurate. You know what I'm saying? Or being told that, man, you just made an assumption. How you gonna tell me how I feel? Like, I would find myself correcting this kind of stuff with women all the time, and their reaction to it would let me know if I could keep fucking with her or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's important to be doing that, you know, because a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys are just trying to inch their way to the pussy, or say what they think they need to say, or do what they need to do to get a woman to fuck them, and that's whack. Because it's to me, you don't have to do that. Like, from my experience, when you like you said, when you with a chick and you're like, man, I ain't even gonna try to hit tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you be like, man, I'm gonna let her make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you trying to let a chick make it, that's usually when you fuck. Like, damn, I can't believe we fucking already. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I always took the approach, man, I'm not gonna ever pressure a woman for sex. I'm gonna let the pussy come to me, because that way I know she really want to do it, and she's interested in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just maybe just my strategies were a little,
But
more.
that was authentic. But I actually coming up, like my old heads used to tell me that, like, you know what I mean, when you date multiple people, see what you have to feel, and let them come to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So me being aggressive, I never did. You know what I mean? So because you're gonna get what you're gonna get in the end anyway.
She gonna give it to who she want to give it to.
Exactly. And like some women say, shit, we already knew. Halfway into the day, we already know. You know what I mean?
They tell me, women on my page have said they know almost instantly within the first couple of minutes whether they would sleep with the dude or not.
Right.
Not whether they will or not, but whether they would. But I mean, from a male perspective, at least for me, that's almost instant too. I can see it, y'all. I could just get a glance out the peripheral and know you fuckable or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can definitely relate to that. Is really interesting though, just with the amount of women that comment on my post and all that, to see their perspective on these things that are just so, like no brainers from a male perspective, or things that I would have never thought women were confused over. You know what I'm saying?
I've been in your comments a lot. You know what I mean? Every time you come on, like I've seen some growth through. So I've noticed some people who've been there. You know what I mean? It's some growth in the way they thought process through text. You know what I mean? But majority of them is like they're not open minded enough to even receive any kind of criticism, which will help them and help the relationship. But they don't. It's all like
it's a men versus women type of mentality.
And the problem is, the day out in the dating world is like the type of women that you speak of that be in your comments that not getting it. So imagine these type of women, but imagine as far as career wise they successful. So now they have this money backing them with the same retarded ass concept that they have in their head, and that makes shit extremely hard to get past day one.
Yeah, because they got a Benz, they got a house, they got everything on paper.
But they never change, like you said, they never change their dating strategies. You know what I mean?
They don't have to. They can always get dick and attention from men. So a lot of women don't feel the need to. Like,
but they always they're not complaining about sex. You know what I mean? Like not getting dick. You know what I mean? They complain about not having a quality relationship and
not having and not being able to attract the quality men that they want. But when you try to explain to them how the quality men think, what the quality men have a problem with, why your way of dating conflicts with how those type of dudes you swear you tell us you want every day. Like, so that's one of the things that really confused me, because I don't know how fuckboys think. I don't know why dumbasses and bums make their choices. I don't spend my time trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, it's like, all right, bet. I'm going to talk to y'all about how responsible men, how men that are going to take care of any kid they make, whether it was intentional or not. Right. Men that women don't have to fear being in a relationship. Even if I'm pissed at you, you're not in danger. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to feel threatened or nothing like that. Like, those type of men operate in a certain way. Like you said, we all got our differences and our different likes and preferences or whatnot, but the principles and the values that we stand behind, like, we're not going around trying to spark problems with other men. We handle them when confronted, you know what I'm saying, right. Presented with a problem, but not initially. We're going to try to talk it out. Hey, bro, what's the problem? Well, my bad. Like, we're going to try to settle it, like, on some gentleman shit before it ever escalates to violence or some other measure. And it's the same way with dating. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we meet a woman and you interacting with her, you trying to, obviously you cute enough. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be here if you wasn't cute enough. Like, that's understood. Well, it's not understood. It should be understood though. Like, I don't understand how there's any confusion about that. I've never seen dude. I ain't gonna say never. I know if a dude know you got money or your parents got money, I do know there are dudes that will milk you for your bread. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so not every instance does it mean that a guy's really interested in you, but majority of the time, the sexual attraction is automatic from the male perspective.
Okay.
So why these women won't listen to how we choose who we want to be with, and why they won't listen to the things that create problems or cause us to fall out of love is really beyond me. But shout out to the women that actually do soak up the game, and from the guys like yourself that are in the comments. Let them know your page. I mean your page, so they can.
All right. Overheads Clothing, OLHEADZ _ clothing. Instagram, Facebook. I don't really be on that too much, but like I said, you can go on my Instagram. I have my website on my Instagram, so if you wanted to check out some things online, you can do that too.
All right, man, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you coming through to chop it up with me. This has been my discussion with my partner D Rich. This is your boy Terry Duran, just trying to give y'all some of the insight on me and my people and how we think and operate and the things we observe when it comes to dating and women in general. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. You have a good one.